We've had a week to see how have the Legendary Arc V decks been holding up. You guys smash the link crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. So this is very interesting to actually see. I've held off on talking about the Legendary V decks because I heard Starlight ratios had changed. It used to be if you bought like a case of decks, you would pull two. It was like 1 in 6 decks. I actually had a couple reports from people that bought the decks on this block and did not pull a single Starlight out of a full case. So I was kind of curious, how our ratio is going to settle depending on how that knowledge has been spread. Now, right now, looks like the Soul Blaze Dragons are about $104, but these are really low in listings. There's only 6 listings of these. The Odd Eyes Override Dragon, there's only, these are 80 to 90, but there's 9 active listings. Beyond the Pendulums being Starlight Rare, which, by the way, if you are a Pendulum player, you're going to have to fork out and pick these up. These actually look gorgeous, especially on that new foiling that they've got going on with this. But you're seeing $87 across the board pretty much all day long on those, which is to be expected. Lunalight Liger Dancers are 98. Wish we could see what those look like. Your Perfume Dancers, these are $78 a piece. To be fair, this is an extra deck out, but only one of these have sold. That's not good. That means that those are performing very underwhelmingly. Scarlet Tigers are coming in at 73s, which is to be expected. Your Speedroid Daruma Knockers are about 70 right now. These do look really nice, though, for the new Starlight technology. I know a lot of people will be looking to pick those up. We've also got the Black Sheep. These are wonderful. These are $65 a piece. But depends on how the YCS goes this weekend. If these do hold a little bit more. Monkey Boards are 65s. Sky Irises are 50s, which is to be expected, right? Sky Iris really is not all that exciting, all real things considered, but interesting. All right, what else we got going on back here with these decks? High Speed Raider Cork Shooters are 60s. Your Masquerades are 50s. That's crazy. Your Stardust Charge Warriors are 45s, which I'd rather just go pick up the other versions. Terratops are 49s, lol. Takum Tumborgs, which are 44. Hey, at least this is a one of, I guess. Depending on, the version you're choosing to play. Yeah, 45s is not looking necessarily too bad on that. Your high-speed Clear Riders are 22s. Fuas are 6s. Your Lunalight Masquerades are 5s. And it looks like your Scarlet Tigers in Secrets are 5s, which is not, terrible, all things considered. Actually, I do want to take this off. How is the sealed product doing right now? These decks are down to $20 a piece. That's kind of crazy. It's very telling, actually, on how this product is going to age, considering I think Fu is your most expensive card at $6 in the deck. So, even so, you're not even guaranteed to get your value back. Lunalight Liger Dancers, though, in Secrets look gorgeous. Those are at least the Euro versions. Those are 5s. Those look amazing. Your Perfume Dancers are 3. Sky Irises are 250s. Your Overrides are 250s. The Daruma Knockers are very cheap. Then, of course, you just see the sheer amount of Seeker Rares available here. But Perulias are 250s right now. All right. God, I've not even... Okay, so base, highest, most expensive thing in the deck is an Override Dragon at 80 cents. Ugh. That's very bad. All right. Daruma Knocker Ultras are 50 cents. Meows are 40 cents. Your Soul Blaze Dragon is also 40 cents. Ashes are 40 cents, which, to be fair, no matter how expensive or how cheap these staples are, these are still going to be cards that people are going to toss money at because they need them to be able to play the game. Financially, they're good calls. They really are. Your Lunalight Wolves are 40 cents as well. Welcome additions to the reprint farm are good. Your Lordly Loads are 25 cents as well. Scroll-Combat Jokers being 24 cents is also crazy. I feel bad if that's one of the cheap ones you got. And also Chaos Angels now being commons are hilarious, to say the least. But this is the world we live in right now, man. I hate to say it, but this product overall is worse than the other decks. And I know most people are going to be like, well, yeah, Robbie, obviously. It feels bad because people went into this product that they were more excited for. Obviously, for a casual made product, I don't have a problem with how this is. All right. And I don't think most people are going to either. It just comes down to, availability and price wise on what you would expect. And everything, I mean, in the Starlight department, God, like Lunalights. Lunalights are expensive just to have like those better, card quality. And Beyond the Pendulum looks amazing. So, Forgotten Charmers. We've always focused on like the big four charmers. Those four charmers typically are the big ones that we see most people typically gravitating towards in terms of what they're doing. But there is the Hark and there is Lina. Lina being locked up behind the Shining Darkness as a common god. A near mint one of these is insane. These are $8 a piece, man. And, are people actually paying this to get the charmer? Yeah, they are. These actually sell at $8 to $9 a copy pretty much all day long, which is kind of crazy to think about just in long-term sense of how things are going. You wouldn't expect a charmer like this to be worth it, but when you're one of the charmers that's kind of been pushed into the corner and forgotten about, I mean, I don't really... It makes sense, I guess. Multiply. Though I do want to say the Graceful Dice popping up is interesting. Right now, Multiplies from distributing a Karibo special summon any number of Karibo tokens as possible, and they can't be used as tribute fodder. But you can technically use them as link summon because there's nothing on this card that effectively stops them. Do you see how expensive these are? Light plays are coming in at like $6.50. That's not even on first hits. You're looking at about $8 a copy. We've seen Multiply in the past kind of pop up and try to be, something a little bit more than it actually is. I'm just impressed as time has gone on here. Like, one, I'm surprised this card gets like any amount of sales that it actually does. But also at the same time, like, good job, community. You guys are really holding up the spirit of Yugi's former deck and, really showcasing that, this card can do things. Now, you got to remember, we also had the Advent Calendar versions, which are $7 a piece. You also have the Legendary Collection Yugi's World Rares, which are $4.50 to $5. And, I mean, the commons are basically like $1, but it's just like... People are really spending $2 to $3 a copy on some of these versions. Yeah, they are. It's the weird collectability of this. Got to make my Yugi character deck as possibly broken as we can. I guess there's been some uptick in Retro Pack. I'm not going to go too in-depth with Retro Pack, but Blastsphere is one of my favorite cards in the game for the way that it uniquely interacts. Former versions of these, there's no sales data, but it's just, for whatever reason, they've started to kind of trickle back up into value, which doesn't really make sense to me, but I mean, what does? So those are expensive. These Jump versions, the SGMPs, these are $20 a piece on LP. You hit $39 on near mints, which is way more than I ever highly recommend spending on these. But at least the Retro Pack reprint Blastspheres are about $10 a piece, which I don't really feel too bad about spending $10 on the reprints. The only difference is like, oh no, updated copyright, but if you're still looking at picking these up, I mean, how often do these actually move? They move a little bit more than I expected. Okay, thank you, Ancient Cards. And this one's interesting. The Dark Side of Dimensions token. So there's also, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game where we got random tokens for all sorts of crazy commodities throughout the years. This one being attached to the old Dark Side of Dimensions movie. The last sales on this were actually at $15, and then somebody bought 9 at $20 a piece. When you come back into the market today and you look at this, the cheapest listings available are $100, which is actually kind of crazy to think about, but I guess I shouldn't be shocked, given by today's standards of the market, that things like this actually do have insanely crazy value, because they're old, man. Like, collectors in things like this, looking back at the old Dark Side of Dimensions movie, yeah. Also, later today, at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the complete Blossom series binders, deck box, all of this cool stuff is going to be available on Sleeve Cheap, and discount code MK40 will actually save you on your purchase. If you want the Night Blossom or if you want the regular Cherry Blossoms, whichever version you want will both be available, and you can use discount code MK40 save you on your purchase. Well, guys, leave a comment down below what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. Patrons! Thank you! Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.